Well, we know rural women are the best, and one of those who is getting stuff done is Steph Trethewey. She joins us live from Motherland. She's the founder and CEO. Steph, you weren't always a country girl, though.
I was not. I was a city girl, born and bred in Sydney, until I fell in love with a farmer in Rockhampton, actually. So, Rocky, where all great love stories begin. So it's pretty special to be back. Life's changed a lot the last few years.
So for those that may not be aware of you and your work you're doing, you've moved to Tasmania. You're doing a lot of things there.
Yeah, so after meeting my husband, as I said, life changed. We moved to the land, and I'd never lived on the land before. I'm a journalist by my background, and I had a 6-month-old baby. It was hard. It was really bloody tough, and postnatal depression sunk in. So Sam was out busy with the farm business 7 days a week. I was at home with this baby, and that's where the idea for my third baby, I call it Motherland, was born. So Motherland is a national charity that supports rural mums across Australia, and never thought it would get this big, but I'm so proud of it.
How has it evolved?
So it started with a podcast, sharing stories. The podcast will soon hit 1 million downloads, which is pretty exciting to see how people in rural Australia and in the city have embraced how important it is to tell these stories. And it's grown beyond that. We've got online mothers groups for rural mums around the country, a scholarship fund, fundraising events. We're about to do 3 fundraisers across Australia for Mother's Day, and looking to support rural fathers down the track as well. So yeah, it's been a wild ride.
What are some of those unique challenges to women in rural Australia?
Look, they're endless. There are so many beautiful things about living on the land, but there are so many challenges. So for me, I had no access to a mothers group. Pretty simple stuff. In the city, you're automatically allocated to one. So social isolation is a leading health risk factor for women and men, physically and mentally. Lack of access to childcare, infrastructure. We've still got women who can't access our services due to lack of connectivity, internet. I mean, come on, we're in 2024 here, and we still see rural Australia struggling with that. So look, the challenges are endless, but I suppose people who live on the land know you wouldn't have it any other way, but Motherland's really trying to fill that gap in the healthcare system because it is a big one.
You held your first conference. How did it go?
Yeah, our first national conference was a sellout. We had 250 rural mums from all over the country, right from the Northern Territory, Queensland, down to Tassie. We had our Premier, Jeremy Rockcliffe, open the conference, which was pretty special. It was just an incredible way to bring these women together. There are no shortage of events in ag. We're seeing it here, and it's fantastic. But you see a lot of the focus on the professional stuff. I mean, my husband's eyeing off tractors and machinery. Fantastic. But, for Motherland, it's a chance for women to connect, to talk about the hard stuff. And we have an issue with vulnerability in this industry. Men and women really struggle still to talk about the hard stuff. So our conference was a beautiful way to bring these women together, to talk about the highs and lows, and ultimately to send them back home to their families, their partners, their kids, just a little bit happier and healthier from a mental health point of view.
What's next for Motherland?
What's not next? I have a real problem. I can't stop. I love what I do. My children are the hardest thing I've ever done. I say that they've been my biggest challenge, but my greatest reward. And every day they are the reason I do what I do, and my husband as well. So we're growing. We're launching Motherland Connect in the middle of this year, which will be Australia's first digital platform connecting rural families to services they need, services such as telehealth that they can't access locally. And look, down the track, as I said, I really want to look into the fatherhood space as well. I think what we really need, I think any farmer especially will know that when your home life is thriving, no matter the drought or conditions, it is a lot easier to farm and do what you do when you are happy as a farming family. And so happy wife, happy life. I used to like that saying, but I think I'm starting to realise that really it takes two to tango. So if we can really support rural mums and dads, we're going to have happier kids on the land, we're going to have better businesses on the land and a better rural Australia.
Steph, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we know